Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this live stream. I hope everyone is really doing well. And unfortunately, yesterday I think things literally played time frame. That I'm looking for $19,000 level, max 18,900. I had a stop loss, got hunt 18,900. It just went to 18,806, like there, and pump to the $19,800 targets. I mean, what a bad luck actually. Just hitting a stop loss by few dollars, and it pumped actually. So the plan was literally perfect. I think there was some problem with the execution. Maybe my greed, the stop loss was, but anyways, the fact that people were like, okay, we are going to pump from here. I mentioned that I'm expecting a dump like this, and it just literally went down the way we wanted the lower term time frame. So now, what's big deal with the Bitcoin? So before we go to the lower term time frame, just I have few things I would like to tell you is, in the lower term time frame, we have multiple, I would say, not exactly multiple, but kind of, I would say, a very, very high multiple scenarios. So there are maybe a very, very nice, exactly kind of a PO3. I'm not sure out, but this is most likely, accumulation followed by a manipulation, and that should really have a dump towards the, a phase that's like a 7,600 break. Ideally, this is how it should play out. I mean, this is the PO that I have. It's like a bearish idea that I have. Also goes the bearish alert wave count that we have. So this is the bearish case. We have this bearish case also means that we are not going to break above the levels of on 20,000 bucks. So 20,045 is absolutely good. 20,000. Okay, my mic is not working. Why it is cutting out? Nicola DM me. Is it working now? Is the mic working, my friends? Hello? Is the mic working? Is it fine? Are you able to hear me now? Turn off the compressor. I don't have a compressor. Hello? Is the mic working now properly? Um, mic a bit low. Mm, good. Thanks, Nicola, for DMing me. The voice is okay. I think now it should be perfect. All good. Thanks, Nicola. So just let me know if you again face such issue actually. So where I was is, first of all, I was talking about the you know the PO3. I would say this was our accumulation, the low volume we had, over here, and then we got our manipulation above this range highs, and we are yet to take the range lows. So until we are under, it's all choppy move that we have here. It's a very strict range that we have, surprisingly. So this is a PO3. Probably we might just looking for a play. So this is like a range highs, a deviation, and under this level still we are under 20,000. I think we are bearish, and we can probably have one more move up like this. We can have a retest over the weekend of 19,069, one more push up to the levels of 20,000, and then probably a dump like this. So I mean, this is how I see the market for now. But flipping the $20,000 would also mean that we are just going to break this resistance, and this whole structure then takes a form of a very nice Adam and Eve bottom formation, pump up, and then we're going to go to not only 21,800, and probably we're just going to again gonna retest the $22,000 levels. I mean, this is going to be very, very interesting, and hence, I'm just holding my spot bags that I bought from 18,300. So I'm not selling it. Even if it goes down to 16,800, I'm just going to accumulate more. I'm not gonna sell it. It's just a choppy move that we are that you know I think we're gonna have for like few days, and today is going to be very, very volatile, guys. Why? Because today is our monthly closing and quarterly closing. So this is what I have for the lower term time frame. uh I mean, this whole structure that I'm watching, and we are watching right now, is this is A, B, and C, or maybe like W. A, B, C would make more sense. So it's like a whole structure is like some sort of a wave two, or this is just was a W. This move is X, and again we are going to have A, B, one, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that is going to be very bullish move towards 21,800 bucks. In case if we flip the $20,000 levels, the bearish scenario that we have in front of us is this whole structure on the move down was um, your wave one. This is A, B, and we're gonna have our wave C towards $20,000, and that also fit with the harmonic that we have. And the bearish harmonic goes to 20,000, 45 to 20,100 September opens, and then probably gonna dump like this. So I think today this is gonna be very relevant for September. So I think October is most likely gonna have a very interesting month. I'm expecting literally like October, November should give us 50% pump on the Bitcoin from the lows. The 50% pump is going to be amazing. So now let's go to the hard time frame, guys. We are going to analyze monthly and quarterly, and what are the big numbers for an investment purpose you should be looking for on Bitcoin, guys. So this is our monthly chart, and before we deep dive into the monthly, I would just like to tell you that let's first go to the quarterly. Well, the quarterly, remember when we started this quarter in the month of July, I mentioned the June end, like here, that I'm expecting July, August, September, this quarter three, to retest the levels of quarter two 0.382 fibs around 29K, and maybe even equilibrium around 32.5. Unfortunately, we did not got that big pump towards the 0.382 fib. Neither we got a pump to our equilibrium, quarter two equilibrium. So now what we got is, now we have the quarter three like here. If you compare the quarterly, the previous quarter that we had after this kind of move, that you got this pump, and the after this, the another quarter, you got like a sweep of these lows, accumulation, a great 47% pump from here. That's like almost like a 45.8, 46% pump, not exactly like a 47, but 46.22, and then probably a down. So I'm not saying that we're going to dump to 13,800 or even to 11,284, but the way I'm watching this is, I think that there is a very likelihood that we might probably get a sweep and probably go to the levels of 16,838. 16,838 is our very crucial and a very important levels, guys. So once we get our sweep of to the levels of 16,800 bucks, you just go long whatever you want to, and probably I would be then eyeing 47 to 50% move to take these highs, the quarter three highs. My levels would be over here is the 0.886 fib, 24,484 rejection, find support over here to quarter three equilibrium around 21,730, pump it back up to the quarter to 0.382 fib, and maybe even to the equilibrium of $32,000, and then come back down and go for another sort of a big accumulation. And this is how I'm watching, and I'm expecting Bitcoin for the another 3-month candle. This level is going to be tested pretty easily. So that's what I think. This level is definitely going to be tested, and probably we might just probably have a big range kind of a structure that we're looking to. Every time it's going to probably retest this lows again, and we're just going to do for like another 6 months or so. We're going to accumulate in this range and pump. The worst case scenario is we go here quarter to a big rejection, come back down, sweep the lows, go to the levels of 13,800. You lose the levels of 13,800 because 13,800 it was our earlier breakout level. This was our breakout. You have an Adam and Eve bottom formation around 13,800 as a major neckline, a pump up, and now for the first time we have yet not tested these levels. You have a very critical levels like here. You also have, I would say, fair value gap from here 12,443 till 27,000. So this is like a fair value gap, big gap. So far we have already filled like 75% of the gap, but you never know. I mean, we might even fill the full gap and go to the levels of 886 favor around 11,284. So that is our bearish case here with the Bitcoin. But overall, this is what I expect in the next quarter. That's going to be from October to December. I'm expecting probably one more down, a sweep down to levels of 16,800, a pump back up to the levels of 29K. Just give that pump probably to 32,500, and then probably retest the levels. You lose again these levels, gonna go like this, but most likely it's gonna hold considering. But we'll see how at that point of time the macroeconomical factor would be. But this is how I see the quarter. The next quarter is going to be interesting. Probably the next quarter I am expecting green candle. So this is our red candle or a yellow candle, what you can say. But the next quarter, what I'm expecting is a green candle. Look at the quarter on quarter. The volume is higher. It's like, what is the difference between This time, this quarter and this quarter is the last time the volume was a declining volume with the dump, clearly indicating that the bottom is forming. Over here, the volume is growing up, like the sell pressure is really on the higher side of the quarter on quarter, which clearly indicates that the sell pressure is really strong, and hence I could not say that the bottom is in unless and until you see the next green candle on the quarter. You will say that yes, and now we are in a very better position that we might just form a big range. So now you want to see something like this. So we have reached most like the peak. The next candle, the next quarter should be green, and then you have a sell off, but with a low volume, and you go dump with the low volume accumulation, RSI, big 3 month bullish divergence, and pump. So that's how you would want to see the quarter and quarter. I mean, going forward. So really, it's gonna take probably 2023, probably 2023 quarter two for a very interesting move for the Bitcoin. Probably even 2023 end as well. So guys, I think we have to survive. By then, we just don't want to probably wrecked. We want to survive. So keep that in mind. It's not gonna pump in a day or unless some major event happens. So now let's talk about the monthly, guys. The monthly also not looking that great actually. Well, if you look at from the 2018 here, just look at the 2018. Got a big fat yellow after the green, and then it completely retraced the yellow. And then what happens? Sweep of the lows the next month, sweep, accumulation, and then dump. So that's was our 40-70% candle, as I mentioned. Similar kind of a move that we are watching, a green candle followed by a yellow candle, like a bearish engulfing candle. Whatever the pump we got in the month of July, it completely retraced the whole move in the month of August. September, we are just still waiting for the lows to be sweep. October, probably we can have a sweep of this lows and a pump close here, and then November we can get a real pump, probably to the levels of $29,000. So this is how I see the market. And December we're going to reject, dump, and probably gonna dump like this unless we want to flip these levels and probably move towards the 32,000. Then December is going to be very green then. So this is how my plan for Bitcoin. Just want to sweep these lows. Once you get a sweep, amazing. I think that's going to be a very amazing opportunity on the hard term time frame. Also look at the volume. When we were doing this kind of a dump, our volume was in the declining mode, as you can see here on the Bitcoin. Now if you look at the volume here, since like I would say April, the volume is pretty much flat or it's increasing. Even the volume in the month of September is higher than the month of August. So the September closing is today, and this candle is going to close mostly red unless tonight we get our big fat pump towards the 19,900, turn this literally bear candle into the bull candles. And if that happens, October is going to be like a buy the dip zone, anywhere from 18,300 to 16,800 is where you should be literally buying without any fear. And this is how you should, if you're just gonna play, probably this is how you should play. So I mean, today I think our low for the September is in. The September low is most likely is gonna, in my opinion, September low is in. So 18,200, 18,153 is going to be our low for the month of September. And probably that's the lows, and our highs is also fixed at 22,800 and or so for the month of September, 856. So I think this is whole. I mean, the month of September highs and lows are fixed. I'm not sure how the close is going to be. For the first time, if you're closing under the 19,891, it's gonna be, of course, gonna be the bear sign. Automatically gonna kick off a sell off and then trap everyone over here. As many will be like, oh my god, we have lost the previous all-time highs. So the monthly the price gets accepted. It got accepted inside the previous all-time high. It's a big fat dump. Sell everything. Panic is gonna come. Automatically the sell is gonna trigger. People are gonna sell off, and everybody gonna get trapped, fill up, and boom. This is how it's gonna do something like this. Probably our October November play. I mean, this is how I think the market is going to be. So I think this is going to be very interesting levels. Now, why 16,838, guys? You already know it. It's our biggest harmonic pattern that we have here. I'm not sure if we have. So I get XABC. Yes, this is our harmonic that we have. 793, 786 fib. Makes more and more sense. This level makes more and more amount of sense to me, guys. 16,800 to 17,000 bucks. It's an absolutely buy zone. It's a kill zone, actually, I would say. This is what I see on the Bitcoin on the monthly and quarterly levels, guys. So we have to play levels on levels. Now let's talk about Bitcoin over the weekly. So I think the weekly more or less aligns with the monthly and quarterly as well. I do see, if you look at from the weekly perspective, the monthly says the volume is on the higher side. So just want to see how the today is gonna close, but we have a bearish engulfing candle here, engulfing candle here. So what you would want to see is, and now the 19,900 is acting as a strong resistance, as you can see here. And we do have an OB. You see this OB that we have, and that's the exact reason, we are just rejecting. Once you flip these levels, then the level on level is 22,055, 22,500, and later it's gonna be 25,000 bucks. So what you would want to see is a one more sweep like here. So you close maybe under these levels, and once you have this close like here, if today we get our close under 19,900, would be amazing. It's just gonna have a big trap across the board, not only on the weekly. It's gonna literally trigger a big sell-off, and probably the price is gonna sweep the levels of 16,000, 17,000, June lows 17,684, and we get our lows and 16,800. Remember, if we do lose the levels, now what levels are we talking about, guys? If we do lose the levels of 16,228, then it's not going to stop at 15,000 or 15,500, but it's just going to stop to the levels of 13,863. This is the only levels probably going to see for the bounce. I mean, if it does something like this, then it's going to be pain, a big, big, big pain for everything. But nevertheless, even if it goes like this, it's just going to probably have a V-shaped recovery like this. So, yeah, and forms a very nice big, big, big bounce across the board, guys. So I'm just going to be a spot buyer. Even if we go to the major support of 13,863 till 16,800, I'll be literally buying 50% of my USDT into Bitcoin. And if it just go to the major support of 13,863, I will be transferring my spot bags on coin margin X contract, and will start longing Bitcoin with 1x leverage, and from 13,800. That way I get upper hand on the Bitcoin in the market actually. And then probably from the rest of the 50%, I will be literally spending that money to buy Ethereum and some other alts actually that I have in my mind. So this is the worst case scenario that I'm talking about. I mean, the most likely scenario is a sweep 16,800, reclaim it back, pump it back up, and October, November should give us a very interesting move towards the levels of 29,000 and 32,500. This is the untested support resistance and the untested breaker that we have. You also have a weekly breaker. This is our breaker, and you can also say that the doji that we have around 30k. So I think this is going to be tested at some point of time. So guys, this is what I have on the daily and the hard-term time frame that we are talking about. Look at the weekly. I mean, the RSI is still pretty much bullish over here. I mean, the most bullish divergence on the RSI can be, over here. What you can see is we dump here, we make the lows, price make lower lows, RSI make higher highs. The most insane and bullish divergence you will ever see on the weekly, guys. Very much. And also look at the normalized MACD on the weekly. It's turning back up. Whenever the normalized MACD have started turning back up, we have seen a big green candles coming in. So I would say, guys, just don't panic even if you just sweep the lows. This is absolutely going to be your buy zone. For at least have your spot backs, even if you don't sure about the leverage, but at least have the spot backs. Okay, that's what I would say. And I'm not selling my spot backs for sure. So that's what I have for Bitcoin on the hard term time frame, Ethereum on the lower term time frame. As I mentioned, I'm expecting this kind of a move that I'm watching. Yesterday I had two plans, as I mentioned, on the Bitcoin. First is this is A, B, and we're gonna have a move up like this for a big C wave towards 21,800. So this is our first bullish plan. The second plan is the bearish plan. We go to the levels of 20,100 and dump like here. So that is our bearish case for the Bitcoin. And to go up to 20,000, you would want to see a move down and a retest of 19,069 to 19,070, even 19,100 bucks, plus minus 25 $30. And your stop losses should be 18,593. The take profit target should be here. So this is how you should be eyeing for the Bitcoin on the time frame. Dollar index is absolutely most likely, in my opinion, have seen ABC move on the downside. So in my opinion, most likely dollar index is gonna do something like this, probably a retest of 114, and I'm expecting a move up to the levels of 11 5.5, and that should give us a very, once dollar hit here and start rejecting, I'm buying gold, guys. Gold is absolutely looking so bull. Since yesterday I mentioned general gold, I mentioned that we can have a pump up here, a retest, and as we have retested, we are rejecting. Now I'm expecting this kind of move, that gold should come back down to the levels of retest of 1630 to 1632 probably, and maybe even one more sweep down to the levels of 1693 or 1580. But I think that would be too much for gold. Any flip of these levels would have a big pump on the gold towards 1796, guys. So that's what I would like to see on the gold. Similarly, USD dominance. I'm still looking for the USD dominance. I think we have a very interesting sweep of the lows on the USD dominance. We have yet to get a sweep on the highs. We got our sweep. So now it's like I'm expecting a sweep of this highs. Look for the golden pocket zone here. Once you get the golden pocket, boom. This is going to be our big bull market in the quarter four. I think quarter four is going to be interesting in my opinion. Now quarter four has 3 months: October, November, December. So yeah, I mean, and just do it. Bitcoin CME, guys. Looking to the Bitcoin CME on the daily, what do you have? Same plan for the Bitcoin as well. Interestingly, Bitcoin has sweep the lows, and once you have the sweep, I think 17,622.50 is the levels probably I would like to see being tested, and probably even the 16,500 levels. So anything from here is something I would like to see it being tested if it gives an opportunity. Looking to the way the structure is, I'm looking very much like for the CME. If you look at from the daily perspective, I think it's a very nice bullish wolf waves formation is happening on the on the Bitcoin. Probably this is how I see the market. It's a very interesting bullish wolf phase over here. So probably this was our 1 2 3 4, and probably 1 minute. Yep, this is how I see. So this is our wave 1 2 3, a small push of 4, dump like here, then boom, pump. So this is our range highs, our range lows, and sweep. Oh, we already got the sweep on the CMEs, guys. So you never know. I mean, we might even not get the sweep of 17,600 on the what do you say, perhaps, but because we already got the sweep and the liquidity has been grabbed and taken care of. But we will see, guys. Look at the volume here. So far, the sell volume is high. I mean, I'm not sure about the wave count that we have on the CME, definitely, but I do have the wave count probably on the perpeps. So basically for CME, I think I would like to see one more probably wave down like here. Maybe we can just probably look for a sweep of this towards 21,300 or so, and then probably dump like here would be great. But CME, I mean, I don't have a perfect read on the CME, and I would not lie because I don't have the wave count that it looks like. But this move clearly was A, B, and C. Now this can be, I'm in the bottom actually. This can be A, B, and we just probably having wave C like here 22,000, and then probably something like this. So that can be 5 waves kind of a structure, a 1 2 3 4 and 5, something like this. 16,800 bucks pump. So there is a possibility CME might just probably give us a pump towards the level of 21,700 bucks. The pump towards levels, there is a possibility actually. So that's all what I have on the market right now. And for SP 500, guys, I'm still not pretty much. I do think that we still have to, because this move looks to me like A, B, and C, and I do think that we need to have one more move down like here to the levels of 3,588. But remember, if we do keep on holding the levels of 3,600, then this move can be A, B, C, A, another A, B, C, B, and we're gonna have a retest of 3,700 for the wave C. So this is the possibility, but still I'm having my calls, and I'm just gonna write. I did not do profits here. I'm just writing it actually because I want to build a big position from these levels. I just want to build the positions right now. So yeah, that's all what I have for FTM, guys. Hold, I mean, as I mentioned yesterday as well, it's just playing with my nose. I mean, look at the volatility oscillator. the big move is definitely is gonna come. I mean, the big move is coming for sure. Now, the big move, as I mentioned yesterday, it can be 35% bump like this or a 20% dump like here to 0.18 levels. Anything is gonna happen. I think it should pump actually, in my opinion. So it might just pump probably something like this. It can do as well. So yeah, anything is. So that's all what I have, and thank you so much. If you would like to support, do trade on Bybit. The link is mentioned in the description, as well as come and join Watch Wealth Group, guys. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.